Hey Mike, how's it going these days for you? How's the Fox gig for you?
Fox has been great, man. Great people. They've been good to me. We got great chemistry on the show, and we're gonna keep it going in this 2022 season. A lot to be excited about, and very thankful for the opportunities on all the courts.
You talk about your prep. I saw something where you were like, "Hey, I'm a journalist now. I gotta prepare and all that."
That's my joke around the house. I tell my wife I'm preparing like I'm a journalist, even though I didn't major in that, and that wasn't my profession. This was my profession, professional sports. But it's amazing to be in an arena that's, definitely in the beginning was foreign territory, but grew into my role and understanding now, know how to prepare for it, and certainly appreciate Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays more now that I get to talk about the game.
What's your thoughts on the team as they're rebuilding, and particularly the two quarterbacks, Ritter and Mariota?
It's always amazing when you're going through a rebuild. You get to scout your talent and see, what really works. You kind of, revamp everything and go back to the drawing board, and it's actually good for the coaches. You get to really pick and choose who should be where, and when you got the talent, you believe in your talent, believe in your scheme, you put them out there and you let them go. And football is trial and error. You got to learn from your mistakes, and just pick up the pieces when you fail, and have more good happen than bad.
What would you do?
How different does it feel for you being here, not as a player, but as a journalist, or how's it different?
I mean, it certainly feels different coming through the gates. A lot less pressure. I'm not coming in to go out and try to execute a third down period or a red zone period, but it's always amazing to come and see the guys, the young guys out there, busting it, getting to it, and trying to become great at what they're doing, and trying to set an example, in their own right. And I appreciate that part. I respect it, and it makes it even more special to be here.
What are your thoughts on Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ritter? Just what have you seen from them? I know we've only been here a little bit, but just overall, what do you know about them?
Yeah, well, I think it's definitely Marcus' job. Marcus should be the starter. I would think that he would be the starter. Justin will have to do some amazing things to overcome that. But at the same time, you get a chance to sit back and learn from a veteran who's had a lot of experience, a ton of experience. You get to, just have a season with no pressure, and I think that's extremely important for a young rookie. But Marcus at the helm, this team should be in good shape on offense. Ultimate dual threat, so he can bring some different elements to the table, and I think they got to appreciate that and use that correctly.
How fast do you think things are moving for Desmond Ritter right now?
Well, I haven't watched them, but I'll tell you, a lot of young quarterbacks come into this league a lot more game ready than back when I started out. So if he's soaking it all in every day, and probably most important, making mistakes and learning from them, and even vicariously learning as he stand back and watch, I think that's most important in the game of football. And then the speed, he'll catch up to that.
You said you felt different coming through the gates today. How often have you been in this facility since we played?
I haven't been here in a while because I know that's new right there. But to walk into these doors, man, bring back so many memories. Like I said, walked in with a lot less pressure. Probably the hardest thing I've done today is this interview with multiple people, multiple cameras. But it's so refreshing, to be around football and to be around coaches who, are speaking the game, talking about it, and seeing a lot of familiar faces, people that I appreciate and got a lot of respect for. That's really, it's kind of, it's gratifying.
What gives you confidence that the future is bright with this Falcons team?
What gives me confidence in this team is that everybody's starting out 0-0. It's all about the work you put in now. And like I said, sometimes it's always good to go back to the drawing board and to kind of switch things up and see what can come out of it. And it's not a trial and error year; it's a competitive year. It's about being competitive on all accounts and taking the game serious. So everybody has a shot. Like I say, everybody's starting out 0-0, and got a chance to do something really special.
We know there's less pressure for you as well, but does it feel different for you as do you miss it at all? What do you miss about being the guy, the player?
I miss football for sure. I definitely miss it. But I get my fix. I get my fix when I get to come out to training camps, and especially when I get to analyze it on a weekly basis and break down film. So, I don't miss getting hit. And I did like to get hit when I played. So, it's just the exact opposite. But we should all expect that 20 years later for sure.
Michael, when you see it on campus, do you wonder how your game would have fit in these offenses?
Yeah, well, the game is going to always evolve. I mean, I probably would have been dynamic in the offense that, maybe Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson is running today. Who knows? Maybe I could sustain it, maybe I couldn't. I came up in my time, in my era, and that's what it was. It's great to see those guys continue to carry the torch and play the game at a high level, being ultimate dual threats and being passes first and runners second, or however it may come. It's about moving the chains, and I think, more so than anything, the coaches and the franchise can respect it. It's all about winning these days, and you got to do it however it comes.
Do you feel like your career maybe starting pushing?
Well, I really think staying true to my style of play and not changing because I felt like I couldn't change really paved the way. And I didn't know that. I was a little frustrated with it. I wanted to become a passer early, and I wanted to throw the ball a lot more than I ran. But I had success, on all fronts, and you can't argue with that. I felt like I prepared and I did everything I could during the passing game. Won't take anything back, won't change a thing, won't change my coaches, won't change the teammates. It was an amazing experience, and probably fell short on a lot of different occasions, but this platform set me up for a lot of success in life, not just the things I was able to do, but the people who helped me along the way.
You mentioned Kyler. Is there an offense specifically you see them with you really feel like that would have been great?
Yeah, the offense Tom Brady running in Tampa. It's pass first.
What do you think of their rookie receiver, Drake London, and even Kyle Pitts?
You know what? I think I'm anxious to get out here and watch the receiving corps and see what type of camaraderie they have right now. I know they're big guys, and they got the size advantage right off the rip. So walking into any stadium, they got advantage in that area, and you got to use that the right way. And I think this offense and the way it's catered will allow them to be effective and use the size of their receivers and the way they use their running backs to move forward.
Do you find yourself mentoring quarterbacks, or is Lamar coming up to you, or are these guys that are running past, do they come up to you asking tips?
These guys they see me, they will ask questions, but for the most part, they were some of the best coordinators in the game. And, just like the players are getting better, the coordinators are getting better, the offenses are getting better, more sophisticated. But to a point where, guys understand what needs to be done, and that's what's most important. When you step on the field, you got to know what you're doing. And if they have a great understanding of the game plan, they got a chance of being really successful and winning.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks, Carol.